right. What's up?
Girl, I'm chilling on it tonight. Chilling on it. How are you?
Oh, girl, I'm tired. Tired. Just
Oh,
tired. Yeah,
ah,
yeah. It's been a crazy, crazy week. Um, this week, the kids started back to school on Monday. So, girl, it's very different. Okay, and I know they did like the like when COVID-19 first really hit back in March. You know what I'm saying? They had just gone on spring break. And so it was time for them to go back to school, but they extended spring break a week. So they end up with an extra week of spring break. Then it turned out to, okay, no, we finishing out the school year like this. So even now, they ended the school year virtual learning, but now it's much different. Okay. So I got three three students that are in the house virtual learning. Uh, I'm an online student. And then I got the twins. We potty trained. So yeah. So
boy.
it's a lot going on. We have a lot of wheels turning in the house. Okay. So day one, it was, we were trying to make sure everybody's connected and stuff like that. Girl, computer's not working. I'm sitting up here. I had just on Monday, my two summer classes just ended. And then I'm starting two new classes for the fall semester on Monday. So it's Monday was first day of school for everybody. I'm supposed to be on my computer finishing up stuff. Well, when the kids' computer not working, so I'm like, oh God, what we do? It was crazy, crazy, crazy. I still haven't gone and turned in a device or exchanged the device. One of the kids does not have a charger for their device because they let another student borrow their charger last year in class, and they haven't seen their charger since
It's not the type of thing.
then. Yeah, somebody got played, okay? So yeah, it's been a
Yes.
lot of running around, and then you know, I mean, shoot, it's a lot of people in this house, so I'm trying to keep this grocery bill down. Y'all at school, y'all gotta eat school food. y'all Y'all can't eat
I
home
know.
groceries. You can't eat home groceries at school. Y'all don't take y'all lunch. Y'all eat lunch at school. So I went to the school picking up lunch. So they have it where like you have to order. If you want your kids to receive lunch from school, you have to order their lunches 2 weeks in advance, 2 weeks at a time. Okay.
Um,
Tell them if you want breakfast and lunch, or just breakfast, or just lunch, or both. Um, so, girl, my refrigerator, it's no room for leftovers. No room for
yeah.
anything. Okay. So we're having to use our refrigerator plus a small refrigerator to pack to put lunches and stuff in because it's so much stuff. It's for three kids. And so they give you 4 days worth of lunch at
Yeah.
a time, 4 days worth of breakfast at a time for three students, and milk and
Wow.
so now what I think I can say is really kind of it's kind of challenging, but I can say that Garland ISD has done well. It seems like they have well thought this out. They were very prepared, and if they were not, they have faked it very well. They have faked it very well because, I mean, it's stressful. The transition itself is stressful, but I feel like it could be much more taxing if it were not such a streamlined process. Even with how they had, the week before school started, you had to pick up your device. You had surveys to fill out to say, hey, do you have internet access? Do you not? Do you have devices? Do you not? And they are making sure that students have what they need. And so, I mean, I think it's cool. And they're even considering the parents that, you know, may not be able to necessarily be in these situations. You know, I know that there's some parents that are pooling together. You know, some work, some don't. They're pooling their kids together, trying to, you know, even set up like, I guess, like little learning centers in the homes or whatever. So it's pretty cool. It's working out well though. Um, their schedules are different. You know, it's like really, like I start thinking like, y'all get over an hour for lunch?
Wow.
What? Yeah, so they're like on lunch from, I think they're on lunch from like, I think 11:05 to 12:20. Like that's nice. That's nice. The
Yeah.
high school students, and then like Kayla, like when she is this her first year of middle school, so her schedule is different. Everybody starts at the same time, but when they're in person, high school starts at like 7:30, and then middle school starts at like 8:40 out here. But everybody is starting class at 8:40, and you have an option. You have the option to send your kids back to in-person learning if you want to after September 7th, which we've elected not to at this point because like it's just not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk when you really don't know what, you know what I'm saying? It's different when you know what's coming at you. You can see what's coming at you. But when you can't see it, you don't know how it's coming. No, it's not worth putting your kid's life on the line. You know, and my thing is like the teachers, you know, I know parents are concerned about their own children, their own families, their own livelihood, but those educators, they have children, they have spouses, you know, that their job is to be in the classroom teaching your students. But I mean, at the end of the day, they have children that many have children that depend on them. You know, some may have elderly parents that depend on them. And so my thing is like,
Yeah.
I think it's very selfish for people to just consider that, well, you know, school is childcare and I have to work. Well, no, school is not childcare. It's a state requirement that your children have to be educated. They have to receive an education, you know, but that's not childcare. That's not childcare.
Yeah.
Um, it's so much more than that. And so I think a lot of people, their mindset about it is really, I think it's a bit inconsiderate, you know. Our circumstances just happened to work to where, hey, in 2018, I came away from the corporate world. It just happened to
Yeah.
fall that way. And so our situation is a bit different. And so we were able to make the adjustment probably a lot easier than many other families our size that have as many children as we do, in the age range that we do. We probably were able to make the transition a lot better than a lot of other people, you know, whose family dynamics are the same as ours, but instead of having a, a one income home, they have a two income home. So both parents are working, um, you know, and so a lot of things that I really didn't understand. Why is it necessary for this transition to happen in my life? You know, career wise. Why is it necessary that I step away from the workforce? Why is it happening like this in my life? I couldn't foresee something like this happening. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
In December of 2018, when I was faced with, you know, okay, I'm going to be at home with the children. I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom. I wasn't too thrilled about it. You know, I struggled with it. Um, I had concerns about it, but like if I was still working in February, March of 2020, yeah, that would have been devastating to our family. You know what I'm saying? Just probably the loss of income, having to just walk away in the midst of a pandemic and not have some sense of security and how we're going to survive on one income and whatever else, you know, it probably would have been a much more stressful time for our children simply because of the stress. You know what I'm saying? Because like moms, hey, we set the atmosphere. Women, we usually set the atmosphere. That's not to take anything away from the male presence in the home, but you know, it it's true. If my man happy, nobody's happy. Like seriously, seriously. And so it's like I can't see us having made this transition any other way. I can't see it happening as smooth as it has. And smooth does not mean without hiccups. It does not mean without bumps in the road. It does not mean we've been without tension and some stress, you know, but it could have been a lot worse. You know, one of our children, you know, we didn't even think, we were kind of iffy about graduation. We were not sure. We weren't okay. We're glad to say that, hey, we celebrated our first child graduated from high school in the midst of a pandemic. You know what I'm saying? And so we're looking forward to the next one and the next one, the next one, and the next one. Then the last two. But the last two, the last two, girl, I'll be pushing my walker around by the time they make me graduate.
Oh no. Oh no. Stop.
Girl,
Okay.
seriously, we're gonna be pushing 60 by the time these kids turn 18. What are you talking about? We're gonna be well on our way, okay? Seriously.
Okay.
Mm.
That's crazy because, of course, you know, my kids are grown, so I don't have any kids in school. But last year, I was upset because Elijah turns 4 at the end of September. And
Mhm.
so I was mad because his birthday is late. It's past the September 1st mark. So he couldn't start pre K.
I know that story all too well. That was the story of my life.
Yeah. But now, with everything that's going on, ooh, you
Aren't you
guys.
so glad?
Yes, I am. Because
Oh
I
my
don't think,
gosh.
yeah, he would have to stay at home with me. He would have to learn,
Something,
yeah, he would have
right?
to learn everything from me, which is scary in itself. Yeah,
Listen, he don't know some stuff. Yeah.
yeah, he gonna
Yes.
learn. I'm gonna teach him how to do my job. Here, you get up here. This is what you learn in this time. And I sit back and relax. You do this. And
Oh
we'll
my
give you
gosh.
small tokens like candy and chips and all the stuff that your mama won't let you have. That's
Cookies.
your yeah, that's the
Cookies.
incentive.
Girl, listen, you
Mm,
can get these babies to do anything for a cookie, honey.
I know, girl.
They love cookies.
They do. Well, I can't say anything. I'm an adult and I love cookies. I can do I'm
Yes.
chocolate chip cookie warm out the oven.
Listen,
What?
don't start. Don't start. Don't start. Do not start. We'll be trying to ring Tiff.
I
But
know.
but you know what? But you know what? In the midst of this pandemic now and everything that's going on, now there has been so many black-owned businesses that like I had no clue existed. So since we putting it out there, you know what I'm saying? I don't know Tiff's persuasion, nothing against Tiff, but if there's any black-owned warm cookie delivery businesses out there, hit us up. We want to try them chocolate chips if you got some on deck. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If
We'll
you got a
drop
good,
your
if
link.
you got, if you got a good, you know, listen, listen. If my dear make a good peanut butter cookie, hmm yeah, we want to try. Let us know.
I know a good tea cake. You know, hey,
Oh,
I ain't for
girl,
tea.
listen,
We
yes. Now, listen, some good tea cakes. Girl, I think my baby made some tea cakes on accident. You know, she been trying to bake. One of these
um,
one of the girls been baking during quarantine. Okay, so listen, y'all watching them videos, and I look like you know what I'm saying. Okay, I've been eating good. I probably have, you know, but don't even worry about all that. Don't worry about that. But
I
yes,
know.
girl, listen, she been making cookies, she been making all kinds of stuff. But I think she accidentally made some tea cakes, one of them first baking experiments. I'm gonna have her to try them again.
I know,
Try them again
girl.
because I don't have any more grandmas living. I don't have any grandmothers. I don't have any. My both of my
I
grandmothers
don't
have
either.
gone on, and so if I wanted a tea cake, that's where I would get a tea cake from. If I wanted a fried pie, I get a fried pie. Oh, my sister, though, she can make some good fried peach pie.
Have to get your sister up. Tell her we all
Yeah,
family when it comes to that
listen,
peach fried pie.
girl, listen, she can make some good fried pies now. I'm
That's what's
convinced.
so good.
Yeah, with the last time, the first one I had, last time I was at her house, she made me one for 11. I was like, girl, you gonna make a few more hours, stay a little longer.
No,
No,
crazy.
no, but
But it's
she wasn't too thrilled with him. She thought it was like a, what do you call it, an empanada? She said she was not too crazy
uh,
about the crust. And so she was gonna try something else, but they were pretty good. So mhm, yeah.
that's good. So
Yes.
speaking of black businesses,
Uh-huh.
like there, I didn't know there was that many in the DFW
Me
area,
either.
but the ones that I have sampled, yeah, I should have known about y'all a long time ago. But it's probably
Yes.
best I didn't. Uh, I would have a major. I'd be going to Houston to visit that man that does the surgery on my 600-pound life because yeah,
Oh
I would
God.
be all no seriously. Like one of my friends got a sweet potato pie from this
Uh-huh.
lady.
Was it good there?
It was so good. It was
I don't
like
even eat sweet potato pie, but like your reaction made me want to try a bite of it. It made me want to
I
try a
don't.
bite. I believe it
Yes,
must have been good.
and it's a different. Now I'm gonna say this: she ain't as good as my grandma because nobody can get like my grandma, but she was close because her
Mm.
pie almost had a hint of almost like a pecan feeling, pecan
Mm.
pie feeling, whatever. It was kind of girl, and I was like, wait a minute, and I had to get another bite. It was awesome. It was really
Mm.
really good, and I was very impressed,
So the
very very impressed.
consistency was like gel like pecan pie?
No, it wasn't. It just had that. You know how it has that vanilla, and I'm trying to think. It had a similar taste
Mm.
of pecan pie feeling
Because
without this one.
pecan pie is pretty simple. It's nothing really 2 days. Just egg,
Yeah, I
vanilla,
don't know.
sugar, corn syrup. You know what I'm saying? Little butter, put your secret ingredients up in there if that's what you do. But
Yeah, I'm sitting over here, but it was hard to explain. And I said that, and everybody was like, yeah, like everybody know you would have to taste it to get what I'm saying. It tasted like sweet potato pie, but it had
but it had a
whatever,
distinct flavor to it.
yeah. And I'm thinking it must have been the vanilla.
Hmm.
I'm thinking, but I could be wrong. But I
Hmm.
don't know. I'll try another one. You hear, I would love
Listen,
to try another.
I'll try another one just to see if I can determine. Let me see if I can put my finger on it.
Yes,
I
it
got
was
you.
amazing. Yeah. So
Hmm.
we did, if you can get out and support some of them, I know we can't get to all of them,
Hmm.
but the few, if you can make it to some, try
Right.
them out because I tried funnel cakes in South Dallas, or I think South Dallas somewhere. I don't know because I'm not good with Dallas. Um,
That's
uh,
right. This is not your neck of the woods. The DFW is not your area.
no, but I move around. When it comes to food, girl, I hit that GPS in a minute and get to where I'm going.
I know that's
Because I
right.
definitely did that. No, I think it's Duncanville. That's where
Duncanville.
it's at.
Oh,
Yeah,
girl,
yeah.
you way south.
One second, I have a visitor. One moment, so people. I
Oh,
think it's my brother.
okay.
No, it's
All right. Now, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm all ratchet over here.
no, it's okay. You hear
Excuse.
I'm having my you hear I'm having my unannounced visitors. My brother coming to pick up food.
It's
So
all
you
good.
know how
It's
they
all good.
the
It's
life
all
the
good.
lives of us busy people,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. So we discussed black owned businesses. We did
Mm-hmm.
that. Talked about the kids going back to school. Let's
Mm-hmm.
see what else we can just. Oh, I knew what I wanted to ask you about the kids going back to school though.
Yes.
When they went back to school, are they able to see their teacher? Is she like giving lectures or
Yes.
that way?
Yes. So what they're doing in their school district is that, like, for K, not, I think 3 through 12, grades 3 through 12, they have synchronous learning. So they are actually in a virtual classroom environment with other students and their teacher, where they are learning, and they have a learning platform that they use where, even parents can go and see. You can look and see, okay, this is what your child's day is going to look like. This is what their assignments are going to look like. It's pretty cool. They're using a platform called Canvas. Uh, and so, like, they just go into the Canvas account, and then they, for each teacher, they follow whatever their schedule is, and then they have a link that they can click to go directly into their little live video. You know what I'm saying? So, or live, not video, but their live meeting or whatever. And so it seems to be, I guess they're not. To me, they have not complained to me about anything. They do miss school. They miss being in person. My son, I asked him, I was like, so how do you feel about it? Is it easier? He was like, well, it's kind of hard because, I would just much rather have a piece of paper, so it's like, it's not, there's nothing tangible for them about this experience. It's just, you know, it's
Yeah.
just but that's crazy to hear. Now, when you think about these kids and how they are, uh, as far as devices and whatnot, video games and whatnot, like my kids, uh, most of the time they're around them, they got their face to the screen.
That part.
But
Mm,
now it's like, okay, school is like that, but they don't like it like that. They don't like school being behind the screen, sitting behind the
yeah,
screen for school.
yeah,
But at the same time, uh, none of them expressed to us that they were comfortable with the in-person learning at this point. They all, um, you know, they all expressed that they were like, well, I don't know about that. I wish everybody would just like kind of chill out so this thing could go away and then we can get back to, normal and it's safe. And so that's
yeah.
kind of the thoughts about it. But, and then they even have like, what do they call it? Like intervention or intervention and stuff. Intervention is like, it's like you go to a one-on-one with your teacher, or like you work on, if your teacher is saying, hey, you need some additional time to go over some things. I can't remember what the other one is. It's either intervention or something with an E. And so what they do is, they work on stuff. It's almost like a tutorial session. And so part of the day might be scheduled for that. And then, like, they're not working on they used to have a 6-week grading period, six weeks, but now they have a 4 9-week grading periods. And so it's pretty much like they're in year-round school. I remember when I was going to school out here and they were proposing doing a year-round school. And so it's pretty similar to what they were proposing back in the 90s. And it's like, dang it. 20 some years later, it happened. It happened in the school district. And so, I mean, they have an opportunity to change. They will have an opportunity. They have an option, I guess, if this, depending on what the county uh, regulations are. You know, if the county determines that, okay, no, there won't be any in-person learning till January 2021, then of course, you know, that option that they've given parents after September 7th would go away until, you know, whatever time frame the county has set. But you know, I don't think a lot of people are choosing the in-person learning option though, because I know that one of the kids' schools, the principal gave, I think she said their enrollment of is about 26. They have about 2,600 students enrolled at this particular high school, and out of 2,600 students, she said maybe 650 families 650 students had been signed up to choose the in-person learning after the designated time frame, you know. So
Yeah.
and so if they're not
Yeah, it's
seeing
kind of
getting a lot of response for the in-person learning, you know. I know that I have, you know, one of the other kids, you know, one of the other babies, they have friends, one in particular, her friend is, her parent is a teacher. Her mom is a teacher, and she's like, oh, I'll go back to school. She's for it, for going back to in-person learning. And she's like, oh yeah, you know, she can go back. But I'm like, wow, I don't know. But to each his own, you know. People place different values on what's important to them. They value things, you know, very differently. And so, you know, what's a great risk to some is not risky at all to some. And some even, yeah, it might be risky, but they feel like it's worth the risk. But for me, it's not worth it to me. It's not worth it to me. It's
no.
not worth it
It's so
for,
many variables.
yeah. You know, it's too much uncertainty for me.
Well, well, the thing is that you're putting your whole household at risk because if your kid goes to school, and I've had this conversation because we all know this happens. You wake up, your kids say, "Oh, I'm not feeling well." Check their temperature. You know, they may have a fever. You pop them some Tylenol and send their little tails on to school because you're not gonna miss work. Well, at the end of the day, they could possibly have COVID-19, and then you're exposing not only the teacher, you got to think about their family, the other students, their family, and
Right,
it's
right.
like a domino effect, and it's like it's not worth it. And you know, it is a different type of learning doing the online learning, but China's been doing it for years. That's how they learn. You know, they get people from here to teach them English, and they've been doing it for years, and it seems to be successful. And so I'm thinking we should be able to do it as well, and our
Right.
kids should be able to learn because at the end of the day, they won't have as many distractions. You know, only thing that they'll
Absolutely.
have is to do their assignments and everything. And then if you like with you being in the home, you're able to go and check on them and make sure, hey, do it. And I think that I think the kids will be more successful in passing because my thing is, you know how they have the standardized testing that a lot of the kids can't pass. Well, you really can't do that in the home. There's no way, you know, you can really do that. And so it may be a blessing in disguise, but where there's people that are on the honor roll that couldn't go on to the next grade or graduate. They couldn't
Right,
pass the.
right.
So,
And we, we had 7 children, so we have had that experience where, okay, you're doing well in your classes, but you are tanking it on this stars test or whatever, and it's like, oh, what is really going on? I don't even know. I like I don't even know what the status of, how, what they're going to do, what's the next move concerning that, um how they're going to regulate that, how are they going to enforce that, which of course, uh last year, all of them received waivers, that should have been testing last year. At the end of the school year, they received a waiver. Hey, as long as they were in their classes and whatever else, they met the requirements for finishing out the school year. And excuse me, they passed the classes successfully. Then they will receive a waiver in the subjects that they should have been testing in for that school year. But I don't know what they're planning on doing this year, you know. And even if they return to in-person learning, you know, how are the kids going to adjust going back to school after? Like, I'm concerned about the psychological effect that this pandemic is going to have on children. You know what I'm saying? Uh, like, I'm concerned about children going back into a school environment and then dealing with PTSD and severe anxiety because, hey, everything was just fine. And then all of a sudden, you know, my favorite teacher died. My principal died. Some of my friends died. And we were all just here together. You know, my grandma died. My grandpa died. My pastor may have died and all of these people passed away because of COVID. And I don't want to go anywhere.
right.
Dealing with children that are afraid, terrified of leaving the confines of their homes because they're afraid. They're like extremely afraid of death. They're extremely afraid of catching a virus. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's one thing that I'm really concerned about. I know for my children, this is a very challenging uh, adjustment for them, but I know that they feel safe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're in a place where they're like, okay, well, I'm okay. I feel safe, because I'm home. But it's not it's almost as if, that tension that's in the atmosphere after there's been a school shooting. Kids
Yeah.
everywhere are afraid to go to school because usually you should see it in one place and then you see it something somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? It usually happens like in a cycle, and so I'm concerned for the children that will be dealing with that anxiety of like, okay, well, they said it's passed over, but like they're in that constant fear of waiting for the next bad news that's going to come, and people start getting sick again and people start dying again, and things just, they can't see their family again, they can't see their friends again. I'm concerned about that thing. That's the thing that I'm concerned the most about. Or that, and even the kids that, okay, their whole everything that brought them joy, everything that brought them uh fulfillment was contained in their experience with their peers and their teachers and just going to school. You know, the thing, all the things that come with being a kid and going to school. You know, that part of growing up. You know, what are they gonna miss? What are they gonna grow up without? You know, and how
Yeah.
is that going to impact them as adults? How's that gonna impact them as adults? And then how's it gonna impact them later on as parents? You know, those are
Right.
things that I'm really concerned about, you know.
Yeah. And then you have the opposite end, like you have the protective parents, and then you have the parents out there that's like, oh, we're just gonna live our lives and we can't be shut up in a bubble. We can't do this. So, they're being disobedient and not obeying the law. I'm not wearing a mask. My kids don't have to wear it. We're gonna do this. So you have that other end, and you're gonna try to put all these kids in that environment, and you got
Right.
some fearful, some have been taught not to be fearful, and you're putting
In the
them
same
all in a
environment.
space, and yeah, and it's like boom, here you go, and hope that no one catches anything. And unfortunately, I don't like to think negative, but I don't me my kids probably wouldn't go back to school until 2021, if it was
Ours,
up to me.
as long as we have that option, ours will not. Um, Definitely not right now. You know, and
Yeah.
even with that, you know, we've gone to the extent of because we have, you know, we're a blended family, so we have children that, you know, go and visit, they have visitation with their other parents, and um, you know, we've even gone to the extent of modifying our visitation schedules so that we can provide some consistency and stability in the learning environment, you know. And so, hey, it's just whatever sacrifices we have to make. And even that, you know, that is a concern as well, you know, but at the same time, you know, like we finished out the school year, you know, when the shutdown happened, hey, we just shut it down. And so, hey, you know, you'll finish the school year out, and then you'll go for your visitation as soon as summer break comes. And then you can stay all summer break, and then when school starts, then we'll just do it a little different. And so now we'll be, you know, alternating. You know, we'll do the weekends instead of the time that we used to during the week, do visitation, do the split visitation. And so even that, you know, that's a concern, you know, because you have members of the household that's coming and going, and they're in a different living environment for days at a time. And then it's like, okay, but you do what you have to do, you know. Um, there's been family members, there's been people close to us that have been, hey, they have been exposed. They have we've had some people test positive, you know, and even just being as careful as you can. Um,
Yeah.
it is scary. It's scary. It is real. You know, people don't believe that it's real, but it is. People are buying, oh, it's a conspiracy theory. Well, you know what? If it's a conspiracy theory, I hope and pray that this conspiracy don't come knocking on my door. That's all I can
Mm.
say about it.
Preach, sister.
So,
Preach.
you know, and my thing is, you know, I would not, just considering the different variables uh, of my own life, I wouldn't be, I'm saying, I wouldn't be putting I wouldn't be so selfish that, okay, well, I'm just gonna do what I want to do. If I'm gonna do what I want to do, I'm gonna just do it at home. But I'm not gonna put innocent people at risk of my recklessness. You know, if I'm gonna be reckless, I'm gonna just be reckless by myself. I don't want to
Yeah.
be reckless and cause somebody else some trauma. That's not what's up. It's not cool. It's not cool. And so I don't want to wear a mask. I hate it. I can't stand it. I don't even want to wear no mask. I don't. First of all, I don't want to be that close to anybody's breath, not even my own. That, you know what I'm saying? Stop laughing. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. You being a nurse. I don't even want my own breath blowing back on me. You know what I'm saying? Whether I got gum, I don't brush, I got mints. I don't want your breath on me, and I don't want my own. I don't want my own breath fogging up my glasses. I don't want my own breath coming back on me, making my nose and mouth sweaty. No, but there's so many people walking around that are asymptomatic, that don't feel sick, don't look sick. And the only way they find out they're sick is by a fluke. Oh, I just happened to go to the doctor. Yeah. Oh, I just happened to. And they said I was positive. Oh, what the heck? Well, if that's a strong possibility, and people have been saying, oh, well, I've been careful. I wasn't going anywhere. The only place I traced, you can't do the contact tracing, and all you've done was going to the grocery store. And I had a mask on when I went there. Okay, well, here you go. If it's happening like that, then I don't want to put myself in a position where I risk infecting somebody else, a stranger. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or, I wouldn't even want to put myself in a position where I'm at risk of infecting my enemy unknowingly. Yeah. Like, no. It's just not cool. It's not cool.
Now, for some reason, everybody wants to rebel for some reason. I've never seen such rebellious people in my life. Like, I get it. I don't like the whole mask thing. Like, because I got my mask and I washed them before I wore them. And this is when you realize the smallest, craziest thing. Because, like, I have my mask on, and I happened to had this cherry blossom snuggle, I think is what it was. And I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. Because, like, when it's right there on your face, that's all I was breathing in was cherry blossom. And you're in Walmart, and you got this mask, it's already hot. And so all I got is hot cherry blossom on my face. And it's like, you're trying to hurry and get outside and get to your car.
You can't hurry and do nothing with a mask on. You're going to hurry up and pass out.
I know. And I know. But I felt that way a few times. And so with that, you're trying to learn to adjust to something that you never done before. And it's like, we used to laugh. Remember when Michael Jackson used to wear a mask all the time, and people used to laugh? And I was like, man, who would have ever thought we were walking around a whole bunch of little Michael Jacksons? Everybody
just walking around. Everybody everywhere.
And maybe if we would have done what he was doing, we might not have these problems. But I digress, child. I'm not going to go there.
Right.
But I pray for speedy resolution, because honestly, this has gone on way too long.
Far too long.
Way too.
And we don't know how much longer it'll be. It's like there's no end in sight. They can give all the statistics that they give, all the data that they have to offer, but they still don't know. They still don't know. Every day is something new. Every day there's a new symptom. Every day there's a new, effect. Every day there's something new, week after week.
Yeah.
Regardless of, and the numbers, they're just, baby, the numbers rolling like the Texas Giant, up, down, whatever. dipping and tripping and looping and
Yes.
all that, you know. So I don't know, but I just pray that
Yeah.
we could find common ground. Those of us that feel like, oh, we shouldn't have to wear a mask, and oh, you better wear the mask. Please, just wear the freaking mask, people. You know, I wish that we could all find some common ground and just stand firm on it until we see a feasible resolution for everybody. Otherwise, this abnormality will become our new normal. Or
True.
or we'll self-destruct. Plain and simple.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Whew. You know,
Yeah.
like I said, the struggle is real right now because I'm trying to follow the rules as much as possible. And I'm
Right.
a little. I don't like to be told
Me
what
either.
to do.
Hey, I'm a rebel at heart.
Yeah,
I'm a
me
rebel at heart.
too.
I'm gonna do what I want to do. I don't need you to tell me what to do. I know what to do, and I'm gonna do my thing, whatever, to the core. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you gotta add my
But
but when there's a situation where I
yes,
can possibly die or get so sick, I would probably wish that I could die. I'm good. I have a grandchild, I have family, I have my kids, I have my friends, and I love all of them. I love you. I don't want to leave here
oh, we
a
love you
year.
too, girl.
Thank you. I don't want to leave here or put any of them or any even you, even though I don't get to see you as much, I wouldn't want to put any of you or your family at risk over my stubbornness and
Right.
my willing to just want to do what I want to do. There's a time and a place for all of that. And I think that if we would have done this back in March, if we just all would have stayed in, followed the rules like the other countries did, we'd have a better handle on it.
Yep.
But
Good Friday played everybody. Everybody got out on Good Friday.
yeah, yes,
Yes. Resurrection weekend was a resurrection of COVID.
it
It
really
got a
was.
second win. Hmm.
Yes. And
Yep.
so I'm willing to sacrifice a lot just to get over this. Like I've stayed in for weeks. Like I went to the grocery store and stocked up so I wouldn't have to go make my weekly trips to Walmart just to walk around to be nosy and check out what's going on here and there. I really gave up a lot for that reason. And it was more not me being selfish because I could have still went to Walmart. I could have still been walking around and acting like everything was normal. But I didn't want to take that chance of getting someone that was around me sick. I thought
Right.
more of that. Of course I thought about myself. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I didn't, but I thought more of my grandson. He's only 3. I thought about my daughter. I thought about his mom, and because they all work at daycare, so they're
Oh,
already at a situation where they can become easily exposed.
right,
And
right.
my grandson's mother was exposed. Thank God she did not have it. And it's like only because people are still bringing their kids to school sick and all of that. So it's like you gotta be careful because you can be so full of yourself. I'm gonna say that you can screw yourself. And I don't want to be that person. I
Right.
never want to be that person. So I guess I say this: wear the freaking mask, like Tasha to wear it. If you follow the rule, stay your tail at home. I know it's hard.
Or send somebody that will wear the mask. If you're not gonna wear the mask, send somebody to do what you need done. Just stay at home.
Yeah.
You know, don't wear your mask. And find a designated person that will wear a mask to go and do your stuff that you need to do.
Yeah,
Ride in the car with them to go do what need to be done, and then you stay in the car. Don't get out without your mask. Doing it's ways around it.
Sure.
If you just don't want to do it, I understand. Seriously, something.
They'll drop it off right in front of your door and leave it. They ain't even got to bring it in. They can just drop it off, and you bring your stuff in and do whatever you have to do. But that desperation to be a rebel, I guess is what I'll say, because it's gotta. I think some people just want to be a part of something.
Listen,
they see other folks doing it,
killing other people. I don't want to be a part of that movement.
But some people don't. Yeah, I get that because you have very good sense. You have good.
Depending on what day it is.
Well, I mean, today's Thursday, so
most days.
We rocking with that. Today's Thursday.
But check with me tomorrow. I might be fresh out.
Well, yeah, I'm off on Friday, so I turned that. I turned off all brain activity. Catch me on Monday. I'll be back. I will be back. But on the weekend, it's turned off. But my thing is, it's just that little bit would help us and get us over this hump, because I would love to be able to be here, all my friends, all my family, even people I don't know. I want everyone to be here to live a full life and don't end up getting something you can't, like the old folks used to say, get something you can't get rid of.
Right.
Trying to be a smart aleck. And so, just do what you gotta do. That's all I ask.
I'm with it.
That's my public service announcement.
I'm with it. I approve this message. I don't know if my approval staff knows, but I do approve this message.
Yes, all of that. What she said. So, well, ma'am, somebody, I ain't calling no names, has lots of wonderful, amazing things to do.
Yeah, and delve up into these statistics. Delve into this statistics homework.
Yes. Well, we got to get you through so you can be finished. You're almost there.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
Well, I admire your hard work, because I probably would have given up by now. Because just the thought of being...
Girl, I've had some moments where I've been like, when I say I was like these close to saying, man, forget this. I'm saying that close.
Yeah.
That's all the room I had left holding on to. Okay, stay committed. That's it.
Yeah. But you know what? You're not a quitter. You're not a quitter. So you got to get it done.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right about that. Yes, I do. I got to get it done. And I shall.
Yep, because it's somebody out here watching your journey. Gonna be an inspiration to
stop looking at
someone else.
Don't look too hard. I might do something strange now.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but hey, just know that sometimes when you have small children, and we're not young and vibrant anymore. So I'll say that we still a little pop in it. You hear a little bit.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's definitely hard. I can't even talk. I'm like, oh, just thinking about being at this age and having small children. I commend you, Tasha. But
Girl,
just that weekend, just the weekend with my grandson makes me evaluate everything
girl,
and appreciate having my kids. That nonstop
yes.
mouth.
Woo!
Yeah.
I've been saying, shh, shh. Hey, 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 just shh, it's quiet. We have to be very, very quiet all week.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you get this. We gotta be quiet. Mommy, quiet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that.
Or whatever you say, you hearing it again. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what phase I'm in now. I had everything that I say, I had to hear it like 3 times.
Yeah.
Like, no. Well, yeah, it's a joy and a challenge, but yeah, challenge is real. I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh my God, this is what being a grandma feel like. I ain't got no grandkids yet.
Yeah, girl. Yes, you hear it feels like it. And I have to take your old grandma nap when they leave, when he leaves, because he don't want me
Girl, they
down.
don't
And
never leave. Listen, these twins
yeah,
so real. I think we had one, not even a full 24 hours without them, maybe like 18 hours. And girl, my mama was like, oh, mm, we ain't doing this again.
you
Oh,
hear, mm,
mhm. It's that kind of
and
serious.
it,
Baby,
I think it's
it made my mama say, no, I can't, mm-mm. I can't do no sleepover with no children, no grandkids under 13, unless the parents is sleeping over too.
wow, whoa, and I can feel that because
Whew.
it's not one. You know what I'm saying? One toddler, well, it's okay. It's just one. But you got twins.
You
That's
see,
two.
she
Yeah.
had, she
At the same
had, she had, let me see, it was 6 of them.
She was brave.
She had 6 of them, no parents. And she had 3 under 3. It's the 3 under 3 that, that made Mimi go rogue. Mimi was like, uh-uh.
Mimi said, "My job is done. I'm not doing this anymore."
She said, catch me when they 13, Shawty.
Oh, you can mail one of them over here. Mail me one
She'll be outside at the mailbox
at a
with a
time.
stamp on her head tomorrow.
I'll open the door for them. You hear? I'll open the door for them, and then
Girl,
we'll swap out. I get the other one after I
girl.
take one at a time.
Listen, mouth almighty, you gonna send her right on back.
I'm used to it.
What about? That's what she gonna be saying. What about everything? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just look at my grandson. So he's like, "Let me see. Let me show." He said, "I need some." He just going to randomly find stuff. You don't need nothing out of here. You pulling out baking soda. Now you just finding boxes of stuff. Now you just running up.
That's funny.
Cause no, because kids they don't know stuff, so they just want to go big for stuff. So
Uh-huh.
when he just looking around in the cabinet, and I had some extra boxes, the small boxes of baking soda. Um, and I guess the box caught his attention. I want some of that. Oh, you want baking soda? Okay, what you baking a cake? What's going on here? No, you don't want to go sit down. Oh man, crazy.
Oh God, that's hilarious. It's like maybe like them old aunties who say, "Quit begging, make people hate
I know. I know. Nobody likes a beggar. Yeah, it's like just. But
you."
the flip side is that he hadn't figured out some of the things, the rules of the game. He thinks he's helping. Like I had a couple of my friends, other friends, laughing. I had him dusting my baseboards because it's a game to him. He don't know he
Okay,
working.
he don't know
But
better.
I'm
Oh, but
doing
when he figure it out,
yeah, and I'm gonna lose all my help. Uh, but
yes,
until then,
indeed.
I'm gonna take it.
You say I'm gonna
Yes,
get.
because
I'm gonna enjoy. Well, that's
yeah, I
awesome.
am. Because I was like, I don't have to bend down and do it. I can clean all the stuff above. And
Right
I'm like, I'm
on.
doing that. I am. So, well, I guess we'll wrap up for tonight so you can get to doing some schoolwork.
Yes, ma'am. Hope I'll be going to sleep on it.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna try, I'm gonna try not to be snoozing on this reading. Well, all
so.
right, girl.
All right, ma'am. You have
Talk.
a wonderful evening.
You too.